We're so glad you're starting your Sunday morning with us. I'm Hanna Mordoh. So, Chuck, we saw the president escalate in his attacks this week against the media, against Robert Mueller. 5 days after that Boeing 737 MAX 8 flight crashed into the ground in Ethiopia. Details, though, after a wild scene at a deli in Brooklyn. One step closer to launching an independent investigation into a police-involved shooting. Right now, Hartford police are searching for a suspect who shot a child in the arm. But a new class is helping parents learn how to make more nutritious meals and navigate picky eaters, especially during those toddler years. Kids love Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube. Those are the hands-down favorites. Today is International Women's Day. Several events will be held across the state. People are sharing their photos with us using the hashtag NBCCT. Our Jennifer Joas has been following this story overnight. And Jen, what's the latest?
It's gotta be.
Did he jump off a truck or something?
I was saying he's on the lamb.
Oh,
All right.
it's asparagus time.
Asparagus season.
Look at it all.
I know. So you start with fresh ingredients. You were just showing me this asparagus is different than most asparagus I've encountered.
Right?
So
Come on,
fresh.
you can just...
Oh my gosh.
listen.
You have a little squirmy toast going on right now, right?
His name is Toast.
Thank you guys for joining us this morning. That's all the time we have today. Sunday Today with Willie Geist is next. Have a fantastic Sunday. Now, we do have a school bus crash. This is in Hartford. A live look at the scene. Our crews out there should reopen here shortly. If we take a look at our maps, we are seeing some hefty delays moving into Hartford on 91, exits 88 and 87. This is a live look from our crew on scene. This is that slowdown on the southbound side. Sunshine out there. Grab your sunglasses. You will need them. We're starting to see some slowdowns on Route 72 eastbound. That's going to be the main point. DOT acting wild, but we do have some eastbound delays and some sun glare out there as well. If you're outside today, keep that water bottle handy. And with those storms potentially coming through, I'd say also keep your rain gear handy. So even though people had to clean off their cars, clean off Snow Monster, and deal with all of the snow this morning, icy, I mean, look at that. Not even breaking here in the parking lot of this business. Our two baby goats were out here in the yard when a bear tried to get past this fence and get them. Well, Carrie Lee, you're gonna have a lot of fun, but have you filled out your bracket yet? If you haven't, it's about time. Actually, that public hearing is underway right now behind these doors. National Guard being deployed here to Bethany, to New Fairfield, and to Brookfield. You look behind me on Old Fairwood Road, it's evident why. State police tell us this 65-year-old man was actually saved by his life jacket. If you look here behind me, it's still here on scene. Victim from that plane crash was taken here to Danbury Hospital. Having something like a reflective vest can help stop these pedestrian crashes. And there are life-threatening injuries in this crash. We're on the Orchard Street overpass. If you can look here behind me, Kevin, that even includes me. I've already snagged up some goods this morning. Really a construction zone. Could soon be turning into this right where I'm standing. This used to be a large tree. Yeah, you don't have to be a pro golfer to have fun here today. Take a look at the course. It's gorgeous. It's going to be more at the pump here in Connecticut. This is the Travelers Fun Zone. It's only going to be $50 to get a little dog like Murphy. In fact, around 50 cats total here ready to find their forever homes. Right, we are getting donations for much needed school supplies like this really cool backpack.
Clap twice.
When it comes to getting our kids off their phones
Sadie says clap twice.
and socializing safely, School Resource Officer Trooper Kate Cummings is the expert.
Who uses Facebook? Somebody said old people.
And while kids are trending away from Facebook, she tours the state talking about social media safety, this time at the Williams School in New London, breaking down what apps kids are on.
What do you like to do on your phone?
Social media. I use mostly YouTube and a lot of different games as well as Snapchat.
12-year-old Jacob Bates even has his own YouTube page. And while Instagram, Snapchat, and YouTube are the hands-down kids' favorites, Trooper Cummings showed me that there's plenty of other apps parents should know about.
We're seeing regionally within Connecticut that there's a big fascination with apps where things are anonymous.
Police say anonymous apps like Whisper, Sarah, Burnbook, Hot or Not can lead to cyberbullying. Watch out for Kick or House Party for secret socializing. Plus, police say the video making app TikTok or gaming apps like Fortnite, Minecraft, and Roblox can be a breeding ground for predators to reach out. The next red flag, if you see any dating apps such as Bumble, Grindr, or Tinder that are meant for adults only.
As a child, if you're downloading that, it will automatically start pulling your location from your map feature on your phone, and then it will show you where other users are.
One of the most troubling apps is called Hidden Calculator. It both looks and acts like an actual calculator, but if you type in a passcode, It opens up a vault where you can store secret pictures and videos.
You can store hidden pictures and videos.
That's crazy. That's really scary.
For parents, it's a world tough to navigate. Police say kids are often sending nude photos, a crime if you're under the age of 16, and they're not thinking about the consequences or risks.
It's overwhelming, not only as a parent, but for children as well.
I think a lot of parents feel that they're behind the curve, and kids are always going to be ahead of us because they spend so much time on it.
So what can you do? Police say start with 3 steps: communicate, control, and research.
I think for parents, asking questions, downloading the apps themselves, becoming familiar with it, and then also having that control piece. So especially the younger kids should have their username and passwords for all of their accounts.
Always reminding kids that what goes online stays online.
Are you guys proud of the things that your digital tattoo says about you?
In the end, it's a social media world, so let's help each other navigate it together.
If I could tell parents to do something, I'd probably say watch like your kids and what they post.
Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News.
All right, come on in, guys.
Over the last year, Michael Considine has been meeting with Dr. Steve Lesham at the Veterinary Emergency Center in Canton a lot.
How's Oscar been?
He's been doing very well lately.
It's all because of Oscar, his 11-year-old cat, who certainly has 9 lives.
He's my friend. He's a good guy. He's part of the family, and we treat him like part of the family.
So last year, when Oscar was diagnosed with a cancerous tumor on his leg, the news was devastating.
As a family, just very frightened and weren't sure what to do.
Dr. Lesham suggested amputation, but because he couldn't remove all of the cancer cells, Oscar was a perfect candidate for a new experimental immunotherapy treatment.
Let's teach the body to kill the cancer.
That's exactly what Torgen does.
We make personalized cancer therapies to help pets.
Ashley Kalanauskas and her team in Farmington have been perfecting the personalized cancer vaccine in their lab for the last few years.
What you get is something that looks kind of like that.
So far, they have treated more than 500 animals. Once cancerous tumors are removed, the researchers use those tumor cells to make a personalized vaccine, then give it back to the cat or dog and prevent the cancer from returning.
It's a vaccine. It's being able to take what went wrong, provide it back in a new formulation.
Plus, because Torgen has been so successful in animals, the hope is that it could eventually work in humans.
Dogs get cancer in the same way that humans get cancer. So if we're able to make a difference in a pet and have that cancer not come back, then we're able to potentially understand how that can work for humans.
They hope this could be a treatment for humans in the next 5 years, but right now, the funding doesn't exist. Plus, when it comes to the cost of this vaccine for pet owners,
It's costly. It seems like everything's costly. It's less costly than chemo or radiation by far.
still expect to pay around $1,500 to $1,800 to treat your pet. It's a price Michael says is worth it.
It kind of just ended up being a no-brainer. You know, this is a part of our family. We want to do what's best for him.
And what's best is a life cancer-free.
I think he's good for another 3 months. We'll check you again.
Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News.
Got all my gear.
Jonathan Norton is a former Army Ranger who deployed several times to Iraq and spent years training Ranger students. But now he has a new mission.
My mission is to protect those who are protecting and serving us every day.
We went to Ragged Mountain in Southington together.
And put this on so that we can ensure safety.
Most importantly, yes.
To talk all about safety.
And it is literally suspending me from the edge of a 90-foot cliff. That's how much confidence that I have in this equipment.
He's talking about Rope Safe, an edge protection system to help save first responders by putting a barrier around ropes and cables used in their rescues. He designed it after a close call.
It scared me. I was sitting on the edge of the cliff, and this student lost his footing, and he pendulumed, and the rope, our edge protector, failed, and the rope nearly sheared. And at that moment, I reacted, and fortunately, he did not fall to his death, but it was very, very close.
Too close, pushing him to create all kinds of life-saving gear with his company, Peak Safety Systems.
So I invented Rope Safe to solve for those problems.
So simply put, the point of Rope Safe is to protect this rope from jagged edges like this rock and to keep our first responders safe.
Already he sold products to the Army Rangers, Navy SEALs, and Green Berets. But this is just the first part of his mission.
That's just easy removal. My goal is to employ veterans. I want to create a bridge between the veteran who is leaving active duty and to entering into the civilian workforce.
Norton is working to get grant money to fund his company and his mission to be a safety net for those who serve.
if there is something I can do to make high-risk professions like soldiers, first responders, military, a little bit safer, actually exponentially safer, then I'm all in.
In Southington, Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News. Just below the barbershop bell, there's a doggy in the window, greeting people at Polly's Professional Barbershop in South Windsor.
He's a barber dog.
A title Teddy takes seriously, meaning along with that trim, customers like Tom Aiello get a haircut companion.
I think it's fantastic. He's one of the team, guys. The team members. Paul.
Teddy joined the team and shop owner Polly LaChance's family back in October of 2013. But his story wasn't always a happy one.
He was very, very thin, skin and bones.
Teddy was starving, tossed from a car in Tennessee, then thankfully found and later fostered here in Connecticut by one of Polly's clients.
And I told him I had always wanted a shop dog, and the guy almost fell out of the chair. He's like, I got the perfect dog for you.
Fate and an adoption event brought the two together.
He's been the best addition to my business and my personal life.
In fact, Polly says more people walk into the shop because they see Teddy sitting right here by the window.
People walk by the shop every day and just honestly just make their way just to come in here and say hi to the dog.
The barbers admit Teddy is tough competition. He takes his tips and treats, has the most clients, and is pretty much famous.
He is a celebrity. I joke all the time that I'm going to run him for mayor, and I think he could win.
Elected official or official barbershop dog, this pup is proof that a rescue animal can reach new heights and our hearts.
You got all the love you could handle, and you're saving a life.
In South Windsor, Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News. You're at Highland Elementary School in Cheshire. The classrooms are full of classics.
Congratulations. Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away.
With brains in their heads and feet in their shoes, these kids have 40 Cheshire High School students helping steer them in any direction they choose.
We love reading!
Yes, these teens know what they know, saying reading is best. It's where kids' imaginations should go and get put to the test.
It's so important to enjoy stories and to read for fun, not just because you have to.
And I think that having a strong base of reading when you're young helps cultivate that kind of culture for when you're older and helps your reading.
Yes, these students are off to great places, influencing these kids with their bright, smiling faces.
Reading.
Reading's your favorite?
Pretty much. I think reading is kind of like the most important thing in life.
Charlie and his classmates listened with glee, asking questions Dr. Seuss would love to see.
What's your favorite Dr. Seuss book?
Whatever the answer, these teachers agree. There's another point to be made about reading, you see?
Really emphasize the importance of reading and limiting that screen time.
With so many videos to watch and devices out there with a screen, it's important for kids to remember Dr. Seuss and actual books that have a cover.
Multiple ways on how to enjoy life without the screen time.
So back in the classroom, what else can we say?
Happy birthday, Dr. Seuss!
Happy birthday, Dr. Seuss. Today is your day.
You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.
In Cheshire.
The end.
Hanna Mordoh, NBC Connecticut News.
I love it.